Alrighty, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our Cozy Apartments.com introduction webinar. First off, I'd like to thank you all for taking some time out of your day so that we can go over this vital information for you about your accounts that have now moved over to Apartments.com. My name is Corey McCain, and I am one of the trainers here for Apartments.com/slash CoStar Group. I've been with this company here about 7 years now in March. And prior to that, I was actually in residential property management for 10 years before that. So before then, I've got lots of experience as a leasing manager, property manager, all the various things you've done as far as payments, collections on your side. I have had them as well in some of the same things. But us at Apartments.com, to give you a little bit of history, just over a year ago, we acquired Cozy as one of the acquisitions that we do here for it. Part of that, we have now aligned those and migrated those together to give you one platform to use. So what we're going to just cover here today is how those things have happened, what's going to be new for you, what you can keep, what you might be losing. So we're going to go over that in detail and even get some live action views for you to kind of give you an idea about what you're going to see and experience once you are inside of Apartments.com/cozy. Some ground rules at first, though. We are going to go through this presentation for you, and we will have a question and answer session at the end for you. Please, any questions you have throughout this presentation, leave them in the chat. I've got some wonderful colleagues and team members that will curate those answers for you. And Carolina, she is one of our legacy Cozy team members that have transitioned over with us. We're going to go through those and make sure we can answer as many questions as possible for you. All right. Just as a heads up as well, though, we will be recording this webinar just so we can send it out later on. There's going to be a lot of information we cover so we can go over it again. But the agenda topics we'll kind of cover is introductions. We've got those out the way a bit. We'll talk about what that cozy and apartments transition looks like, what you'll expect to see. We will take a look at some of the new rental tools that we have available, especially the payment section, because I am aware that money is usually one of the most important things. We'll go over some available resources that you'll have here after the webinar that you can use back and reflect on, and the Q&A portion. So when we look at this cozyapartments.com transition, migration, hopefully all of you have received an email notifying you that your account has been migrated, okay? That email is pertinent because you can click that link in the email and claim your new apartments.com account, all right? So you can also do that if you log into your Cozy account. You'll see where it says go to your new apartments.com account. One thing I'll say is it has already been set up here for your Apartments.com account with the email you're currently using for your Cozy account. The only thing you need to do to activate this is you will need to set a new password. Okay. So you can still use the same email that should transfer over for you. But for you new Apartments.com account, you just have to set up that new password for us. Okay. So you should be notified. You can click the link either in the email or from your account currently on Cozy. It'll invite you to set up this new password, and then you can log in and see information. Now, one thing that's going to come up here for is we do have a two-factor verification, okay? And it gives your Apartments.com account 2 layers of protection when accessing sensitive parts like payment history and accounts. Those will all be there for you. Initially, this two-factor verification code is going to go to your email, okay? So the email we use to set up this account, that verification code will go there for you, okay? If you'd like to see it a different way, like to your cell phone, you can click that box for I'd like to receive another way next time, and you can set it up for SMS verification in the future for you. But it should be really easy for you guys to log in and set those accounts up. All right. What you should kind of expect, just want to cover some of the things that'll probably come over here for you, which you can expect to transition and not transition. So you'll have a lovely home page. I suggest everyone go through the show me around section when you come here, just to get yourself a bit more acclimated to anything that's on the site and how to navigate it. Or you can skip the tour if you feel so. It is pretty self-explanatory, and we're going to go over a lot of things in here in this particular webinar as well for it. But your data has really been transferred over. Okay, so like a lot of this stuff, you won't have to set up new things for yourself. Okay, so your active and recently ended payments, they have been moved over automatically. So your automatic payments, like your auto pay, they're going to process normally. Manual payments, of course, for your renter, they'll have to do those themselves. But your transaction and lease balances have been moved over. Any payments that were made in 2021 before your account was migrated to apartments will have moved over for you. All the receiving bank accounts, all your renters accounts have been transferred over. Okay. Now, for your renters, if they are a little confused, they should have received the same notifications via email that you have. So they'll go through the same process of they've had their email set up. They'll need to set up a new password that'll link them to their Apartments.com account now. But all of their accounts that they pay you from or have set up have already been set up and transferred over for you guys. Okay. Also, your expenses, the entire history of any upload expenses will be right there for you. Okay. So just as a reminder, you don't need to set up any kind of new collections. You don't need to re-add any banking accounts, none of the information. Everything you had set up in Cozy for like your payments has come over for you. All right. One or two things have not come over though. So any of your applications or screening reports history has not moved over to Apartments.com. All right. Now, if you still would like to access that information, it is available in Cozy. You can still use your Cozy login to view that information. Okay. Other things that have not moved over, any Cozy rent collections that ended before 2021, that will not have moved over to Apartments.com. But similarly, you can still access that historical data in Cozy. Okay. Inbox conversations and maintenance tickets completed before 2021 have not moved over yet. I do believe at least our maintenance tickets should be coming first quarter 2021 for you. A couple of new things I'm really excited to offer to you guys that weren't available in Cozy is the new lease feature inside of Apartments.com. So we've got a great legal team that's gone. They have state and local jurisdiction compliant leases that you can generate directly in Apartments.com, or you can even upload your own leases into the system and have e-signature available for it. We've got a wonderful resident management system for you, so you can manage residents, leases, lease terms, extend those, all in that tab. Many of you will also be able to have faster rent collections. So 3 to 5 business days in kind of 5 instead of 5, and free rental comps. So hopefully you're keeping a lot of the same things you had from Cozy, and we've been able to move those over. And we've also been able to offer you guys a lot of new things as well that you can take advantage of now as well as in the future. All right, what I kind of like to do for you guys now is go over what it would look like on our live rental site and our payments overview and some of our other rental tools that we can offer to you. So what I have pulled up here is just a live version of our website. This is one of our tester accounts, so no need to worry about any personal information or anyone's information being out there for it. But as you can see, this is here in our payments section. All right. All of you, I'm assuming, probably have tenants or residents that have already set up payments with you and are here. If you need to set up any new ones, that's an option right up top for you. Okay. You're also able to filter in a lot of different ways of looking at ending soon, current and upcoming, outstanding balances, all balances. If you have multiple properties, you can search for them right here, but it'll generally give you a good list. We only have one result showing. Those of you with multiple properties should be able to see all the rental payments that you have set up down here for it. Okay. I'm going to click in here and show you guys a few things. So one of the new features we have, you can add in monthly billing into your accounts. So that's really good if you need to add in anything. Let's say there's been some regulatory changes around utilities. So now you need to charge those back to your tenants. Or there's a new parking policy you want to put in place where you're going to charge for that. You can now add in that monthly billing as a one-time. You can also add in credits to that if you want to. Let's say you're reimbursing somebody back for if they happen to have a problem with the dishwasher or garbage disposal and you wanted to credit back a few days of prorated rent. You have those options as well already built in here for your payment system. Or you can record payments if they come outside of Apartments.com, the auto pay. So 1 month something went wrong and they're changing accounts and they have to pay you via money order, you can still log those right here for it. Right? If you come down here, you can view all of your transactions that have happened down here for it. Okay. So viewing all transactions shows you everything. There's no outstanding balances. You can still add bills and credit directly from this section. They'll let you know your payers, their occurring fees, and it has your full rental ledger down here for it. You can click into any one of these cells and expand it so you can see and have more information available to you. So if I click into this one, you can see the 1665 is here. It's a recurring monthly rent. We've added a bill for pet rent that you can show on here that'll now calculate the brand new amount here for you. So if we come down here, we can show you March's rent as well. It'll let you know that person, what the rent's for, the amount, that it's an ACH transfer. Also, you can see the credits that we show here. We just haven't noted as paint. So this person may have bought some paint, did some upgrading for you, so you credit them back to the account. You can expand and see these as much as you like throughout this. If you're looking at December and January's rent, that was paid perhaps one time. You can see those in the same note that's available. So you have free range to look at all this information that's available for you to see if they're one-time payments, recurring payments, how much total payments are there for you. On your next tab over, you can see your payer section. All right. You can currently see who's set up on the account. You can change this in the resident settings. So let's say they're adding on a roommate that you need to add on to the lease, or someone has moved out, so someone's moving off the lease. That's that resident management system I was talking that you guys have for yourselves. So you can feel free to use those. You'll also see settings here where you can break down and edit what you're paying for. So if there's late fees, if you have move-in costs, if there's a different receiving account that you need to change to, perhaps you've had a compromise or a breach and one of your current accounts need to change it, you can do it there. You can end any payments and again, manage those residents in our resident setting. So you've got a lot of options still available for you, and your history will just show all of your history that you've done throughout time. Okay. So it's pretty straightforward and you should be able to see everything you need for your active accounts. What I'd like to do now is kind of walk through some of the other rental tools that we have here for you that you may not be using now, but you'll have access to. We have the applications here available. So we mentioned that you can do screenings now. That is a charge to the applicants themselves. They'll have they're paying the $24.99 to apply for you. You'll be able to see the full criminal history. We have TransUnion that runs our credit inquiries for us. So you'll get a full resident score and resident report you can see. I have mentioned that resident section where you all are going to be able to manage your residents from here. You'll just have your property set up and then you can see everyone, see who's currently on there, view the details, and like I said, even view those payments. That'll hyperlink you guys back to the payment section though, okay? The expenses section will still be available for you. If you already have them set up, they would have transferred over, but you can add expenses at any time so you guys are adding any other properties. All right. I would be remiss if I didn't mention that you also are able to advertise here on Apartments.com. Um, you have the options to go premium for them, what would you get you more exposure on the website. By signing up, you have access to one of the largest apartments network in the entire country. So if you have any properties that are coming up and you're adding additional ones you'd like to market, that's here for you. If you have any tenants moving out soon and you need to remarket this property, you can put that back on the market or remove it from the market. You've got application requests. So if you find your own tenants, that's fantastic. But people can see your property here on Apartments.com and initiate that request with you. And we've got features here for true leads for you guys to actually be able to see how active things are, how much traffic we're driving to your website for it. Okay. So in a nutshell, that's what it's going to look like for you. But rental tools, payments, that's where you can see all that's going on as far as the money that's coming in for your property. All right. You've got some additional resources as well that I want you to just bring your attention to. So we have a help center available. It's got so many frequently asked questions, helpful documents to walk you through things. I implore you as you're going through to please take advantage of this. Customer service, the quickest way I think is going to be their email for our rent payments at apartments.com. If you have any issues with things that have been migrated over, not migrated over, a concern about setting up a new rent payment for a new property, please reach out to them. And then the rental manager website, where we talk about like adding people on and off of those websites, that's available for you guys as well. Okay. So I'd like to move forward to our question and answer section. What I'm going to do is, hope there's any messages in the chat, Carolina will answer them. I will allow you all to take yourselves off of mute if you have any follow-up questions for her. But Carolina, I will pass it to you for any of the question and answers.
Hi there. Does anybody have any questions? Well, looks like yeah, it looks like nobody has any questions right now. But if you do, oh, I do see a question here. Let's see. All right. Hi, Jonah. Okay. It looks like so Jonah is asking, saying, noticing that every section of the app you're having to re-log in. So you will have to go through two-factor authentication for in a few spots as far as when you're viewing account sensitive data, like your bank account. Mhm. Okay, one moment, let me see. Yeah, so Jonah, one thing you might want to try is to clear your internet cache and cookies. That can help resolve the issue. Um, I would give that a try and see if that fixes the problem for you. No problem. Are there any other questions that anybody might have?
Okay, well, that's all. Thank you all again for attending this here with us. Again, those resources are available. Please reach out to us and any of our